Good afternoon. This is Kayleen String coming at you with a review of the Australian CR1M that I got from foreignmre.com, in which Customs rated it. So what Art and Nina did was threw in a couple of mains from US MREs. So first off, I will also say that in my mail call video when I got this ration that because there's so much stuff in these packs that I would even include the calamari that I got as an extra gift from Foreign MRE into one of the meals. So I will actually get 4 meals out of this. Hello, Smitty. Thanks for dropping in. And Tracy. So because this is already opened, I don't have to take too much effort. They just close it with a piece of tape. But so these two mains that they substituted are beef ones. Oops, sorry about that. I keep bumping this mount. This one is a beef stew. And then that one did not have a sleeve, but this spaghetti with beef and sauce did come with a sleeve. But I'll be dispensing with that since I'm not going to be using ration heater. And all of the rest of the items are Australian. So we have, it just says bread. I'm not sure what kind of bread it is, but it feels like the thickness of, say, 2 U.S. wheat snack breads. I have instant mashed potatoes in a zip pouch, so you can actually make this in the pouch. And it is gusseted, which it makes it handy for eating in the field. I have the accessory pack, which I will just set on top of my mug. Have M&Ms. These are the milk chocolate M&Ms. Werther's Originals. And these are the cream. Yeah, just the regular caramel. So 2 candies in here. A big tube of sweetened condensed milk, which will be very handy for, say, putting in the muesli. You can put it in your coffee or tea if you like to make the white tea. And these come with the caps that you unscrew it and then you flip it over and poke the top to break the seal. This is the chocolate ration, which I will actually save because I have looked on sites where I have seen the US version of this chocolate ration, and what I wanted to do is compare the two. But both sites, Emery Nation and Emery Mountain, were both out of these. So I hope that I will get the US chocolate ration. So I want to compare the two, see what's different between them. So I'm going to be holding on to this one. And you have a small can of, let's see, here we go, Bega cheese. You can buy these online in bigger cans. These are supposed to be a longer life shelf-stable cheese. Have a container of matches with a striker, and in these containers They put 2 different kinds of matches. The store matches and the standard. And there's actually room for a few more if you want, or if you want to put another striker in there. Very handy to have. Plum jam in a similar tube, smaller. This is a cereal bar with fruit and chia seeds, so it's like an energy type bar. It's got cranberries and apricot. And so it's just a few different fruits in there. We have a wild berry sports drink. It's Thorst. And this requires 500 mils of water, so what I've seen some do, and I may try this, I've never done it, I usually just make the whole packet. Just mix half of it for one meal in my drinking jar, and then maybe save the other half for another meal. And these are the mee goreng noodles. You can buy these commercially. Hey, Joran. Good afternoon from this side of the pond. Yes, these big packs are awesome. You can get a lot of food. And these mee goreng noodles have not just a little packet of the powdered seasoning, but the oil, soy sauce, plus another seasoning that's like a paste, or some just have the oil and the soy sauce. But you can get these in different flavors in Middle Eastern stores, Asian stores. But yeah, I like these mee goreng noodles. And this is the biscuit jam sandwich, so it's like a sandwich cookie. And here is, this says biscuits cream crackers. So I'm not sure if these are sweet biscuit, but I can put the jam, the plum jam on this and the other biscuits if I wanted to. Here's non-dairy creamer, a big pack, 15 grams. You can spread throughout several uses. Here is a packet of tissues. All fruit bar, tropical fruits, so it's comprised of various fruits. And something that I have been wanting to try since I first heard about it from, believe it or not, a Canadian. This yeast extract, also known as Vegemite. So I will put this on the bread. See how this. So yeah, it'll be interesting to try this Vegemite. See on the side is natural muesli with fruit and seeds. So I'll make a meal out of this. Or I may not. I don't know. And then this is golden pumpkin soup mix. So this could be when I make a meal out of this. I may make a meal out of this with the calamari from the Spanish Ration. And here is that, what some call the shovel, the Australian spoon. It is not as long as US or Canadian spoons, but it is very thick Of course, I won't be using that. I will be using my foreignemery.com spork. And this is the scrubby pad that can be used to clean out your pot or pan, whatever you're using to cook in the field. And this I'm actually going to put into my bag that I have my cookware in for my October camping trip with the YouTuber meetup. So this will go in there. And then there are two more things in here. This is called the Sustagen. It is like an energy or nutritional shake powder. It's a protein, has lots of protein. It says hospital formula, so apparently in Australia they use something like this in hospitals or care facilities for people who need the nutrition but have trouble actually eating. And this appears to be this is a chocolate flavor. This is sample. So that will be part of the breakfast. And one thing I'm surprised that did not get filched by customs, this Jack Link's beef snack, or it's an extra thick piece of beef jerky. This is, peppered. And of course, all CR1Ms have this long information sheet. It details all of the menus. And so menu H I was supposed to have, see if this will focus. Won't focus. We're supposed to have lamb casserole and spaghetti bolognese. Those are supposed to be the mains. But I have the beef stew and the spaghetti with meat and sauce as the substitutes. And the CR1Ms also provide just an empty Ziploc bag that you can either put unused items in, say for later, or you can use it for trash. I will be using this bag itself to put trash in for today. So now to decide what I'm going to have for lunch. I got a pan of water on the stove, ready to go. And now let's see what's in the accessory pack. Now I've got that out of the way. We have 2 packs of Mentos gum, and there are 3 pieces in each pack. This says green tea extract. And then we have instant coffee. There's 2 7-gram packs of sugar. There's 2 tea bags. Doesn't say what flavor. There's another 7-gram pack of sugar. A packet of Tabasco sauce. Tomato ketchup. Black pepper. And salt. There's another packet of sugar and another coffee. Also supply three rubber bands and something that I had been wanting to get for quite some time. This is known as the Fred, or field ration eating device. It's a can opener with a mini spoon, and it has a hole so you can put it on a split ring to have like on a keychain. So that's where this one will go. I'll put this on my keychain. So now to decide what I'm going to have for lunch. I will do a coffee, but instead of using the creamer and sugar, what I'm going to do is actually use the condensed milk. I'll use some of that. Then what I don't use, I'll just store it in the fridge so I can get it out later. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat, but let's see. I think what I'm going to do is I'll throw one of these in my my pot of boiling water. And let's see, for a side, I think I will have I'll say the mashed potatoes. I will use this with the coffee. I will actually open up this tube of, well, that's the jam. I may use some of that. I think I just dropped a Vegemite. Yeah. So, even though this says yeast extract, it is Vegemite. So I'll just refer to it as the Vegemite. So I will sample this. So I'm going to go ahead and I picked up the spaghetti. And I'll go ahead and put this in the boiling water. And then I will fire up a pot to heat up the water for the coffee. And I'll get the cold water for my sports drink. Again, I'm going to do what I've seen Nathan of Nathan's MRE does this. He will make half of the packet if he doesn't want to use the whole. See, this is the only cold drink other than this nutritional shake that the Australians get in their rations. So I'm going to try that and see how well that works. So I'll be right back. There we go. I will save this for later. Here's a look at the powder. This stuff mixes pretty well. I'll put that there. See, I'm going to open this this bread. There's no tear notch, so I'm going to make one. Yep, this is the bread. This is a thick piece of bread. It's as thick as the Bridgeford pocket sandwiches. I'm going to open these biscuits. This looks like a thickened version of a regular saltine. And they kind of smell, they don't smell sweet. So maybe the cream is in reference to one of the ingredients, I'm not sure, but it just looks like a regular saltine cracker, but a thick version. I think what I'll do is I'll just I'll actually save some of these for the soup, so I will not use all of these. So I will, there's some broken pieces. I'll save the broken pieces for the soup. So I'll just use 2 of these. So I have the plum jam and Vegemite. And I will open up the fruit bar. It's dark like the Russian fruit bars, and it's sticky. Smells like it might be date or fig based. I'll just put that there. So I'll save these jam sandwiches for another time. There is, look at the coffee. It's a coarse granule, like a freeze-dried. And as I said, I'm going to use the sweetened condensed milk in the coffee. So I will put a healthy squirt of this in here. And I will save the rest for later. So I'll store this in the fridge. And my water for the coffee should be done. Doesn't take too long for this to mix up. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Vegemite. And I'm going to squirt just a little bit on this cracker. That's what it looks like. And on this other cracker, I'm going to squirt a little bit of the jam. This is plum jam. Sorry about the shadows, but it's it's a shadow from my mount. Again, I will store these in the fridge later on. I said I will put some of the Vegemite on this bread, as I said I was going to do. So I'm going to squirt a little on the bread. Knock my plum bar, my fruit bar off. So I'll actually I'll put the bread there and I'll put that there. Now my spaghetti should be done, and I'll be right back. It looks like Chef Boyardee spaghetti that you get out of a can. This will be my first time having a U.S. ration spaghetti. Let's do some. There we go. So this is the spaghetti and meat sauce. I'm going to go ahead and give it a. The noodles are short, I guess, to make it easier to eat in the field. It tastes just like canned spaghetti, but the pasta is quite soft. I'm going to take a drink of this coffee with condensed milk used. Yep, that makes it just the way I like it. I'm going to try a piece of this bread by itself. There's a close-up of the inside. Tastes like your basic white bread. I'm gonna have a bite of this cracker by itself. It does taste like your regular saltine cracker that you would find in stores, just a thicker version. Now I'm going to take a taste of the jam. A nice plum flavor. A little tart, a little sweet, just the way I like it. Now I'm going to take a taste of this this tropical drink. It looks kind of like like a passion fruit color. It tastes a little I don't know, I can't pick up any individual flavors out of there, but it is sweet. There's not a whole lot of tartness to it. Now I'm going to take a bite of this cracker with the Vegemite on it. It's quite salty. Some people may not like that flavor, but I find it quite interesting. Now I'm going to take a bite of the bread with the Vegemite on it. The salt flavor is really what dominates. But I actually like it. I've been wanting to try that stuff for a long time, and now I have. I just went back for a bite of spaghetti. Now I'm going to try this all fruit bar. Here's what it looks like on the inside. I can taste prune. I can kind of taste date or fig, but the prune flavor dominates. There may be other flavors, other fruits in here, but the prune flavor is what dominates. But it's still a good bar. It's got right combination of tart and sweet for my liking. So I'm going to look at the chat. That's okay, Smitty. Come back another time. I'm just scrolling. But yeah, this is. I think I made a pretty good choice for my lunch. The meat in the spaghetti is basically it's ground beef, lots of little tiny bits, and then maybe something closer to a meatball. There's a bigger chunk of the meat right there. But I don't need to add anything to it. I'm not sure what I would use the ketchup for in any of this. And the same with the Tabasco. I don't think it needs a Tabasco. I think that would kind of mess up the flavor of this. Yeah, I don't need to add any more salt to anything, especially if I eat some more of this Vegemite, which I will. If I don't use it all up doing this ration, then I'll still finish it up later on. But this bread is actually pretty good. I suppose if I wanted to, I could have tried to slice it in half for another meal. I've been wanting to try the bag of cheese for quite some time since I've seen it in other videos. And if I like it, I will actually buy some cans to store up. It's supposed to be one of those cheeses that can sit on a shelf for a fair amount of time. I'm gonna look for a Best Buy date on here. Actually, this one says 2018, but I think it'll still be good. So I don't have no qualm about opening this up and eating it. Let's see, is it Tracy or Yorn is still in here? Because I'm only showing one viewer. I don't know which one of you is still in here, but for those who will watch this later on, I hope you enjoy this look at an adulterated CR1M. I would have loved to try the lamb stew and spaghetti bolognese the way that it is made in Australia. But who knows, maybe one of these days I'll actually get to try something from down under. Something like that, but so far this plum jam, I think it's right up there with the French plum jam. As I really like that one. I'm not opening up the M&Ms now. I will save that for another meal, just like I'm going to save the Jack Link's beef jerky for another meal. But I'm curious about whether it was made in the US or Australia. Let's see. So I'm going to look. It says the best before date of February of next year. But I am not seeing anything on here to tell me where it was made. But this is marked halal, which is very awesome. Which means that for those that are not familiar with what halal is, it would be for Muslims the equivalent of kosher for Jews. So the cow was slaughtered in a specific manner before processing. Just like for kosher beef, the cow is slaughtered in a specific manner before processing. And so yeah, this is pretty cool. So it'll definitely be interesting to try that. I'm going to squirt a bit of this plum jam on the bread. Welcome to those who just joined. What I have here is part of an Australian CR1M, Combat Ration 1 Man. But the mains were taken out by customs, and foreignMRE.com threw in two mains from US MREs. Right now I have the spaghetti with meat and sauce meal. And these rations are so big that you could almost get 4 meals out of them if you divide the food up right. And because I also got the calamari from a Spanish ration as a freebie, I will add that into the mix as my as an additional meal. I may pair that with the mee goreng noodles or the pumpkin soup, and of course I have the mashed potatoes, and I have the muesli. I have the Werther's candy. I'll go ahead and open this. So these are individually wrapped. I'll go and put that right there. In the coffee, I use the sweetened condensed milk instead of separate creamer and sugar, which gives it the flavor I like. It's actually pretty, it tastes like Folgers. This coffee tastes like a Folgers instant coffee. Yeah, it's not the best instant coffee out there, but you know, it'll do the trick. And this is a tropical sports drink. It normally calls for 500 mils of water for the whole pack, but I split it, and so I only used half the packet, and I'll use the other half for another meal. That's one thing about the Australian rations is you only get one cold drink aside from this Sustagena protein shake powder, which will be interesting. So this will be part of my breakfast meal when I do that. If someone handed this spaghetti to me without seeing the package, I would have sworn that it would have come from a can, because that's what it looks and tastes like. I do like this drink. I can't pick out individual flavors, but it is kind of sweet, but not orange sweet. It's not Kool-Aid sweet. It's not berry, like strawberry sweet or anything like that. There's probably like a passion fruit juice, maybe pineapple in there, but just a mix of juices. But this fruit bar is really, it's like the Russian ones, and I still have a fair number of those, but it's like a date or fig as the base fruit, but it's strong prune flavor. But there is a bit of tropical flavor, like pineapple or some citrus. I'm getting that as like a secondary flavor. And of course the Vegemite, I'm going to go for another squeeze of it. You don't need a whole lot, but the salt flavor is very dominant in this. Put this stuff on a U.S. emery cracker, you'd probably think you're eating a common saltine with extra salt. So that is my lunch for today, and for those joining, and I will treat that the same as the spaghetti. I'll just throw it in a pot of water to heat up instead of using a ration heater, because I actually want to save those for use out in the field. Or what I might do, because I have this Russian storm ration, instead of reviewing it at home, I might take this to the YouTuber meetup in October and do a fireside review, at my campsite. That's what I might do. So I might field strip this, take out the items that I would not use, and then just rebag the rest. And I'll probably throw a ration heater in there. I'm not sure, but since I've never done one of these storm rations, it'll be interesting to see what is in here. But the main in here is a beef, like, I'm not sure if it's a kasha or Tashanka. I'd have to look that up. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this storm ration contains compared to some of the other Russian rations that are out there. So I'm down to one viewer, so you have any questions for me or anything you want to flap your cyber jaws about? Go ahead, I'm here. Or do you want to know what I'm going to do for my next meal? I'm not sure when that'll be, but I will actually incorporate the beef stick into a meal. Though this pumpkin soup will be interesting to try. And I can feel some solid bits in here. This, when I do this, I will add if I have any of the plum jam left over, I might put this into the muesli to add an additional flavor, since it already has fruit in it. Let's see, fruits, it has papaya, it's got apricot, it's got raisins, pineapple, it's got cranberries, and it's got assorted seeds like sunflower seeds, it's got pumpkin seeds, so this should be this is unsweetened, so I can use the sweetened condensed milk if I have any of that left, or the packet says you can use the coffee creamer. And of course I have this cereal bar, which will be saved for another meal. So this tube was originally 85 grams. So that's a lot of sweetened condensed milk in there. So I'll get a lot of uses out of that. If no one else has anything else to that they want to talk about, I think I'll probably just go ahead and shut this down and finish my lunch and get this thing processed. So I want to thank you for watching. Again, I got this from foreignamory.com. They are selling U.S. rations in addition to some foreign rations and individual components. And they do they had some ammo can gift packages, but they are using U.S. rations. And they have the gift, or the snack tins that can be loaded up. I have actually bought 3 of them, and one is going to be a gift for someone. I've already got that packaged up, and one I'll keep for myself, and I'm not sure what I'll do with the other one yet, but that one might be for a future giveaway. So who knows what I'll do with that. So again, I want to thank you for watching, and so if you can, get yourself a CR1M, see what it's all about. And who knows, you might be surprised at what you might like. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.